Why I think most people should be deadlifting as part of their programming.
Before I start, I just want to say go back and watch the previous video, and this is in no way hate to the previous person. This is just my opinion on the deadlift and why I do think it's an exercise that most people shouldn't do. A lot of people think that deadlifts are a magical must-have exercise. We're talking about purely just a powerlifting deadlift. They're pretty much purely concentric, which means they don't have full dynamic contractions, which is a downside considering that you can get a lot of muscle building effort in the eccentric portion. Secondly, deadlifts put your ankles, knees and hips through a very limited range of motion, and that is usually arbitrarily determined by the size of the weight plate you're using. You are in turn likely not to stimulate maximal stretch mediated muscle hypertrophy, and it won't fully train all muscle fibers. Now, to fix these, you could not reset the weight between reps. You could use a very wide grip, put your feet higher to make sure you get more range of movement, but anecdotally speaking, they usually put you into more of an injurious position. There's also some research and anecdotal evidence to show that deadlifts just take a lot of recovery time compared to other bodybuilding exercises. Anecdotally speaking, if you do speak to people who have sustained a serious injury from training, usually it's the deadlift. So even if you do extend the range, fix your grip, and you do start to get more full range of movement with your deadlifts, it still remains a poor exercise for your quads. You just simply don't get enough knee flexion. And yes, you will get hamstring and glute activation through the traditional deadlift. It's much less than you would get in a Romanian deadlift. But yes, it's generally seen as a jack of all trades, but at the same time, it's the master of none. Powerlifters do them because it's required for their sport. If you're a recreational trainee, like myself, I'm a PT and I've been doing this for 12 years. You'd be better off choosing specific exercises that stimulate the muscle better through a full range of movement. If you still want to keep the deadlift in, substitute it for a Romanian deadlift and then add in leg extensions to make sure you get full quad work. And that's why I think most people shouldn't do deadlifts.